You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Hi, and welcome to 6 stories for 7 a.m. because there's a famine of truth in our land. And this is your quick news fix. And the truth starts now. And listen up, everybody. It's Glide Slope Thursday. You know what that means. You're going to give one notch of flaps. You're going to push that yoke forward, and you're going to get on the perfect glide slope that's going to take you all the way through Friday and into the weekend. So look sharp. Take one is DC Dilecto. DHS, that's the Department of Homeland Security, Secretary Kristi Noem is dropping the age for ICE, Immigration Custom Enforcement recruits to no age limit. Okay, so there's no age limit. That's how badly they want people to sign up. They need more bodies. And guess what? In 1 week, over 80,000 people applied. So what's the application process? Well, step one is medical screening. And step two is drug screening. And step three is a physical fitness test. And if you get by all three of those, then there's a lot of good benefits. There's a $50,000 signing bonus. It's all good, except that I'm coming up with a step four. There's 80,000 that applied, 60,000 we give a participation trophy, and they're told to go home, lose 50 pounds, remove all metal adornments from the neck up, and stop baking on weed all day. All right. Next DC Dilecto, Steve Witkoff, Trump's deal maker, met with Putin for 3 hours today. Lots of went well, great progress. But Putin is goofing these guys. Trump says he will meet with Putin next week. But Putin has to meet with Zelensky first. Guess what? We all remember Trump's meeting with Zelensky in the White House. Nobody wants to meet with this Zelensky goof but fellow dirtbag grifter Lindsey Graham. Putin is sitting tight. Trump can't move, so he's tightening the economic noose on Russia. And Zelensky has reopened the Ukrainian laundry and black market swap meet. He just got $200 million in weapons from NATO. And the swap meet will be hopping. And Lindsey and Chucky Schumer, they need their kickbacks for legal fees. This is all labeled a peace process. It's a piece of something, all right. Friday, the noose tightens on Putin. Let's see what happens. Take two. This is interesting. Wilton High School in Connecticut spent $80 grand to free their students from cell phone bondage. The school spent $80,000 for lockable cell phone pouches made by some company called Yonder. Okay, so Yonder lockable cell phone pouches for the students. The school meme is more learning, less scrolling. Why? Because the average American teenager gets pinged 250 times per day with notifications. And what's the result of that? Young people can't focus, they can't listen, and they can't converse in any meaningful way. They are phone slaves with the posture that looks like a question mark from hunching over their phone screen. So here's how it works. The student walks in the door of the school in the morning. Their phone is put in a Yonder pouch, and it's magnetically locked. they cannot open it. They spend the day at school with their phone locked in the pouch, and after the last class, they go to the front door where they hand the pouch over. It's waved over a magnetic base, which unlocks it. They're given their phone, and the school keeps the pouch for the next school day, right? So students describe an experience much like drug rehab. The first 3 days are rough, but then their behavior changes and they begin conversing with one another like humans and not walking barcode readers. Less is more, where phone tech meets mental health, and this is working. Good job in Connecticut. Take 3 from Pete Buttigieg to Pete Hegseth. Real positive change is happening. Pistol Pete Hegseth is getting rid of woke all over the place. Tuesday, Pistol Pete announced that the Confederate Memorial, commonly known as the Reconciliation Monument, would be returning to Arlington National Cemetery, the family estate of Robert E. Lee. Hegseth said it never should have been taken down. We don't believe in erasing American history. Guess what, folks? This was an Obama move for Mr. Softy to take the hit for, and Mr. Softy didn't even know the thing existed. So Pistol Pete, hooah! All right. Here's a bonus on that story because it's about the military. There was a active shooter situation at Fort Stewart today. Information is still coming in on this thing. Apparently, a Sergeant Cornelius Radford, 28 years old. He's been in the service 7 years. He's an automated logistics sergeant from the 2nd Brigade Combat Team. So Radford suffered from mild depression and said that Fort Stewart was racist, and he was arrested in May for a DUI and running a red light, which nobody in the military knew about. I don't know how that can happen. And he was going to have to go to court on August 20th. So everything's closing in for Cornelius, and he goes to work. He sneaks his personal firearm into work. How does that happen at a military base? Figure it out, people. Then he shoots his 5 coworkers. So they're all going to survive, but this whole thing's a bad look, and it's people not having situational awareness. Nobody walks in and does that stuff without some indicators. Someone in that 5-man group knew something, or they were just ignoring it. I don't know, but we're going to find out more. All right. It's a shame. Take 4. Apple and Corning to manufacture 100% of iPhone and Apple Watch cover glass in Kentucky. So now, look, everyone's saying, Trump's not doing what he said. I'm not seeing the jobs. I'm not seeing, I'm tired of this baby crap. All right, it takes time to do this stuff. Here's an indication of it. $2.5 billion commitment from Apple to produce all their cover glass in Corning's Harrodsburg, Kentucky plant. 100% of glass for iPhones and Apple Watches worldwide will now be made in Kentucky. This is the beginning of the manufacturing renaissance. Imagine how many jobs are going to be generated in Harrodsburg. It's going to change the whole look of the place. And Trump, promises made, promises kept. Move your manufacturing from China to the U.S., or I will put my tariff taser on your corporate behind. And it works. These projects reflect what a tender behind Tim Cook may have. So he is going to do $600 billion in projects like these to keep Trump's tariff taser away. Go, Timmy. What a patriot you are. All right. Take 5. Swamp Funnies. Trump doing a Fox interview on Tuesday with Peter Doocy. Doocy asked Trump if he will run for a third term. Trump says, probably not. Means nothing. Okay, Pete? It means nothing. Nada, nunca, nadie. Doocy asks Big Daddy T, who is the new capo if he's not running? Trump says, well, probably Vance. Then says Vance and Marco might make a good team. Must have excited Tulsi and Christie, who are taking all the heat. Hegseth is in a 360-degree field of fire. And the big Epstein discussion at the White House Wednesday night is whether to send Vance to the Joe Rogan show to slow spill the Epstein beans. You know, I don't know what to think of it. Meanwhile, Adam Schiffhead is under criminal investigation for mortgage fraud. Schiffhead apparently falsified mortgage docs. Schiffhead bought a condo in Cali and an $870,000 place in Maryland and said they were both his primary residence. You pay more on a second home because there's more risk for the lender and no property tax reductions that a primary gets. So it's illegal. And this is just a sticky trap for Schiffhead. Big Daddy T has major fun in store for this clown. This will hold him in place and make him sweat while they get the cart with the car battery and the cables ready. It's going to be so good. All right, take 6. Lefty, Loony, losers. In 1 year, the deplorables have wised up. How do we know this? Well, because the Mockingbird CIA legacy media mind meld monocrisis robot script is not getting a reaction from the sheeple. Turns out they can handle the truth. So here's some truth for our lefty pals. Number 1, MSNBC has lost 40% of its viewership in 12 months. Hey, put Stephen Colbert on with Rachel Madcow. That'll win him back. That's a good idea. That's a winner. Definitely do that. 2, CNN has lost 44% of its viewership in 1 year. It must be all the graphs and gravitas. I mean, they're really serious over there. And that's losing them 44% of their viewers. And then there's Fox. Okay. They're just awful. They're Trump haters. I mean, Sean's a cheerleader, but the Murdochs hate Trump. And they've lost 16% of their viewership, which is major for them because they've been number 1 for a long time. So what's the bottom line here? Don't pay for people who hate what you believe in. That's pretty simple. Don't pay for it. All right. And speaking of hating, Howard the Hater Stern is reaching the end of his rudeness revolution. There just aren't enough listeners frozen emotionally in 8th grade humor hell to warrant Sirius paying him to be the radio god who is long gone. On top of that, Howard really believes Trump is Hitler, like Colbert and many other highly paid, no-talent leftists. He'll never want for money and never leave Manhattan, the Hamptons, or Boca. Who on earth cares about this guy? Stay in Blue World and play God, schmuck. But we're not schmucks. And we want you to have a fantastic Glide Slope Thursday. We want you to like us. We want you to share us, which is happening more and more, but it cannot happen enough. So do some more of it. Go ahead. You can be courageous and say, I know you're my friend, but try this and don't judge me if you hate him. He's an old white bastard. Okay, and then make comments. And then push the yoke forward, start the glide, make it perfect so it carries you right through Friday and into the weekend. And if you do all those things, well, whether you do them or not, we are going to pray that God will bless you, right? God bless you. I'm done.